Welcome back, everybody, to the Uncensored podcast. Today's episode, we're going to go over a lot of different things. We've got Ninja, we got Pokimane, we got Apex, we got Twitter being crazy. I mean, really, Twitter being Twitter. But first, welcome back, everybody. It's been a whole entire week. This is the second episode, so I'm kind of geeked. But this last week for me has been pretty great. We saw some growth on the channel. That was awesome. I think everybody kind of agrees with that. And really, I haven't done much other than just kind of get to work, do some of the back end stuff for the podcast, and just kind of play some games. What about everybody else here?
I just went to work. I had to go to work yesterday, and I was sick. I woke up sick this morning. I slept 12 hours, too. So if I look out of it, guys, not as good as last time, it's because I'm still sick.
There it is.
It's okay, Green. You look the exact same. I've been, doing the same stuff as basically StayFly, doing the back end stuff. We like the back. Both of us like to take it from the back sometimes,
Hey, look, somebody's got to do it.
Oh, you didn't get it. I said we both like to take it from the back.
Oh no, I heard it. I heard it. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the first topic of the day. We're going to start off with a banger. You guys ready? Is Ninja's channel dying? Now, I'm only talking about Twitch. I haven't looked at the numbers for YouTube, but Twitch, there has been a decline, but I want to know if you guys are seeing it die, and if so, why do you think it is?
I wouldn't say we can classify it as a dying channel. Just slowly, the growth is not as it used to be, basically. I mean, you could see Ninja. You toxic motherfucker. Shut the fuck up.
Yikes.
Finish what you were saying.
Yikes.
I mean, you could see Ninja. He was a little scared about it. He fucking turned his sub count off. He was like, you know what? I'm not going to show that anymore. It's not 100K. Fuck you guys,
Yeah.
I think it's just reverting back to the pre-Fortnite age. I mean, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, I don't think it was doing bad at all pre-Fortnite.
Do you think Fortnite as a game itself, since it's kind of slowly declining, that's kind of affecting the channel at all? Or do you think it's more or less just Ninja kind of losing popularity?
Combination of both. I mean, you can easily tell that he's not enjoying streaming the game or playing the game as much as he used to.
Right.
And I mean, if you're streaming multiple hours a day, and let's be honest, multiple hours is kind of sugarcoating it. He streams a lot.
Yeah.
If you're doing the same game every single day, you're obviously not gonna enjoy it.
Got it. Yeah. So, my whole thing about this, and I'll kind of give a brief kind of explanation to my ideas behind this whole thing. I don't think his channel is dying. I think there was just a drastic spike in growth last year, like when he had his big change where he went like 120,000 viewers, and he had all those subs, and people were criticizing him. Whenever he went like pure PC and all that, I think that was just like the shock and awe of what Twitch can be. I almost said Discord. What kind of Twitch can be. I think Twitch can be huge for some people if they do it correctly. But I also think they will revert back. I mean, at some point, you have to come back to reality. You get this big spike. You're doing really well. You get a lot of money, this and that. But I think at some point it does come back down. So I'm on the side of, I don't think his channel is dying. I think it's kind of where it was supposed to be the entire time without the huge spike. I think Ninja would have grown just as big had there not been a ginormous spike, but I think he'd be right about where he is now, which I think he's averaging still like 60,000 viewers, like 50,000 when he's playing Fortnite. But when he plays Apex, I think it dips down a little bit because a lot of people would prefer to watch Shroud or Dizzy because they're a little bit better at the game. But I think for Fortnite, if he stays with it, and as long as Fortnite doesn't destroy their game, I think 60,000 is pretty good. Like, I'll take like 6,600. Give me 60. I don't even care.
Dude, I'll take 6.
Exactly, right? Like, we all have our numbers. Every man is worth their dollar amount. But I don't think it's dying. I think just some some things
Would
he
you say
probably
it's
needs to look
dying
at.
compared to what it was at though?
Declining, but I don't think dying. Dying is like, I think we use the term to like frivolous, because dying to me would be like X Jaws. You remember X Jaws from back in the day? I don't know if you guys ever watched him.
No, he died.
No, he didn't. He's still alive.
No, he died.
His
no?
channel died. Yeah. No, he fell off hard. That's what I'm saying. That channel died. You know, when you look at FPS Russia, that channel died. You know, the person's still there. The person still makes content. Just that channel's gone. It's not really a thing. I think. I think what people have to realize is Ninja has the capabilities of continuously growing. I just think he's gonna have to do it in a different way now. Maybe it's going back to how he was. You know, dropping F-bombs, saying shit, fuck damn. You know, all these different things. You know, making fun of kids that he kills. All these things, instead of being like, oh my god, he's a stream sniper when he dies. Like, don't make excuses. Let's make fun of people again. Let's go back to that. I'm down for that. I don't think he has to go all the way back to pre-Fortnite days, but I think early Fortnite Ninja, probably pretty good. And I mean, I watched a video. I sent it to Joseph. I don't think I sent it to you, Green, but it was just pretty much like early Fortnite with Ninja, where he was just making fun of kids because they were so bad. He'd like make them dance, and like he'd go after crazy stuff. And at the time, that's the best kills we'd seen. Like if you could boogie bomb somebody at the end and then pickaxe them, like, okay, yeah, that's pretty entertaining. Now, I mean, so many people are so good at the game, it's just a sweat fest the whole time. I think he needs to bring the entertainment back first to the game, but secondly, in his personality again. I don't think he can continue to do what he's doing right now for much longer. I don't know if you guys saw, but on Twitter there was somebody posted where he actually accidentally went live. Dude looked rough. Like his eyes were like super red around. Looks like he wasn't getting sleep, and maybe
it took him like 15 minutes to realize that he was live.
Yeah, maybe
all the tweets he was getting.
Maybe the lack of growth is kind of taking a toll on him. Like you said, he took a sub count off. Maybe that's affecting him mentally, and could have some toll. I don't know. I don't wish him bad though. I like Ninja. I mean, it's all based off of the game. Yeah, like, exactly.
Any game you play, like look at Dizzy. He didn't have shit. He didn't really have any viewers in Fortnite because he used to play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Not many people knew that. But then all of a sudden he switched to Apex, and he was the prime player. Everyone wanted to watch him. So then now look at him. Like,
yeah,
like 22,000.
I also think the catalyst to that was energy picking him up so early, because as soon as like he was the very first person ever picked up by an org. Like,
well, then he did show himself in Twitch Prime.
Yeah, and then
he got that invite.
Yeah, and then he won Twitch Prime with it. Ninja. First off, that's a huge audience to have behind you, but I think that was pretty cool. So again, just to reiterate, I don't think any of us think Ninja's channel is dying. We just think he needs to add something to it to continue growing. I think he's kind of at like a plateau kind of area. Now let's get into something about orgs. There's been some some if, ands, or buts, some statements made, some questions, some concerns, mostly from, I think, mine and Joseph's end, because we've seen a lot more of the back end. But we see a lot of smaller orgs make some vital mistakes, and I think there's some things that maybe we can offer up as advice, or maybe just like we can talk about. Maybe we have decent ideas. Green hasn't been a part of a back end, but I'm sure he can, give us some insight from the other side. Maybe give us a fresh eyes. But what do smaller orgs need to do to make things worthwhile for streamers or players to join? And this is, we're going to take it from two different angles. One, big streamer or a big player. You've got a large audience, and you're requesting whatever you want. And then take it down a notch. Let's get it back to reality, really, for most people that may end up watching this podcast is, what would it take for you to join? Say you're at 6 viewers, at 10 viewers, at 20 viewers. You're starting to grow. You need to see some more growth. And at work contacts you and they're like, hey, we'd love to have you come on board. What would it take for those smaller orgs to get you? So first, let's start with the high tier. Like you're a baller Twitch streamer. Say you're averaging like 150 viewers, or maybe you're a competitive player and you're placing pretty well. I'd say probably top 8. You're not quite yet attracting the huge orgs, but a small org contacts you. What is it going to take for you? And we can start with Green on this one.
I mean, I don't want to free merch and stuff like that. But I mean, there has to be some sort of give and take. Obviously, even just shout outs, things like that. But eventually, smaller organizations, when they approach you, you're gonna be one of the first people that they're approaching. So if you're not if not the only one,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so they're counting on you to spread word about them. And if they do, you have to be able to get something out of it. You know, you don't get anything for free.
Right.
Fly.
Question for you. Since you're bringing in 100, so you've got 150 viewers, right? Every single day. Say you stream 6 days a week. You take an off day. And they're wanting you to put graphics on there. What is your 150 viewers? What are their eyes worth to you? Now this is gonna be pretty rough because you have to take into consideration you're not only selling yourself, you're selling your audience. At this point, your audience has to look at everything you put on your stream. They have to align with whatever you're showing. What to you would make it worthwhile to them to have all their stream graphics or anything like that on your stream?
Okay, first off, I'm not gonna align myself with anything that I don't feel. So I have to like it. I have to be about it.
Right.
And if I am, then I'll go ahead and do it. But if they can't offer me, like money or discounts or stuff like that, I totally understand. But they got to be willing to work with me, like promoting me on their social media and things like that.
Okay. So they have to have some type of promotion aspect.
Yeah.
What would you say? Let's say you are that streamer. If you notice an org doesn't have any type of social following, they've got followers, but you don't see much interaction. Do you think they're still enticing as an org, or do you think they need to do more? Because like I understand where you're coming from. There's got to be give and take. If you're not getting paid, you want promotion. If they can't offer you promotion, what do you think is the bare minimum for about 150 viewers for yourself?
I mean, it's a hard question to answer because like anybody can make an organization. Three nobodies in their garage can be like, hey, let's make an esports organization. All right, let's go talk to him. Hey, can you promote our organization that we just made up like an hour ago?
Yeah.
Anybody can do that. I wouldn't want to talk to whoever started. I'd have a conversation with them, and if I knew they were serious, because if you talk to some people, by the type of person they are, whether they're just gonna let it die or if they're serious about it growing.
Yeah.
And if I feel like they're serious about it growing, I'm willing to work with them.
Okay. All right, Joseph. I've given Green the ringer. Taking unbiased completely. Don't take what you know about back-end stuff, anything like that. I mean, you're going to have some bias in there. Unbiased. If you're a streamer, you have 150 viewers averaged. Sub counts looking right around the 100 subs, 200 subs, somewhere in there. What do you think it is worth for you to join a small organization, or would you?
Well, if I was even looking, first off, it's like personal preference, but the branding of that org has to be there. Like they have to have a good logo that easily like represents them, and it can't look like trash. Basically, what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel.
If I have, say, 150 viewers and my sub count, it's like you said, say it's around like 100 to 200, I would be looking for money at that point.
Yeah.
Because at that point, my following base, like my viewership base, are majority supporters, which means that wherever I go, they will support as well.
Yeah.
Either that or like basically you would have to get money at that point. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Money or some sort of royalty.
Yeah, I don't think merch will help you out at that point. I mean, I think it would be a good investment. Yeah, it should be a good investment by any org, because as soon as your brand, like Discord right here, we're not partnered. I'm partnered.
Representing them.
Exactly. You're automatically like, I'm wearing it. Like Discord right now is getting free promotion because they sent me a hoodie and a t-shirt for being partnered with them. So that right there is like, it's enough, because this is dope. Like I like wearing it. I wear it around town. People ask me all the time, yo, I didn't know you were a Discord partner. How'd you become a Discord partner? Then I have a story to tell. There's more promotion. I get more people into the server, stuff like that. But I think a lot of orgs need to kind of come to understand that is you put a logo on somebody's chest while they're streaming. It does more than an overlay or a panel or a tweet or anything like that.
That's because the overlay and everything is just aesthetics.
Exactly.
Them as a person, though, you're looking at them, you're gonna be like, okay, so they actually care about the org as well.
Well, yeah, and think about it this way too. A lot of people, and I'll bring up Ninja for instance, because he had a really good overlay system for a while. Whenever people would subscribe on his overlay, the colors would change, and like his overlay was pretty much reacting to things that were happening. But people didn't notice that. Well, want to know why? Because people don't care about the overlay. You can have literally no overlay, but if I've got a T-shirt on that says, Optic Gaming, well, then either you're associating me with being a fan, or if I'm picked up with them, you're like, okay, they sent him gear. Like, he's rocking it. Like, I got a poster, got a chair that's got the colors. We'll pretend like it's the X-Racer. But people would see it, and they'd be like, okay, yeah, like, he's rocking it. They care about him. He cares about, he cares about them. So I think that's kind of one thing that they're kind of doing wrong. But you said monetary value. Green, I think being in a situation where Green's, you're not really a streamer or really much of anything right now, so you have a fresh outlook on things, and I think no, not like, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I think you have very much the newbie to esports type of feel, and a lot of streamers do it, and this is more like a public service announcement to streamers. Know your worth, man. If you have 150 viewers and you're bringing in, like, it's almost,
it's not even that too. Like, you have 150 viewers that whole month, you could probably streaming like 300 plus hours.
Yeah,
that's 300 plus hours of free advertisement for them if you're doing it.
Yeah, you should know your worth, make your rate, set it however you want it, because there's only going to be so many orgs that can actually promote you enough to see growth. Most of the time, they're attaching themselves to you so they can grow. And then hopefully in the end you'll grow. And I think that's why Joseph, you had said there's got to be some type of royalties, because at some point you've got to make money back off of them, because they've been making money off of you, whether or not they notice it right away or not. I think that's some things that smaller orgs kind of struggle to deal with, is knowing, like, hey, people have worth. Like, you may not have anything to offer them, and so you do pitch the idea, hey, come on, we'll try to view you as much as often, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they just need to start smaller, and do more for smaller streamers, grow their potential. Then you can reach out to larger ones and larger ones. Now,
I think that goes with, like, even, like, the smaller orgs in general.
Yeah.
Like, if you're picking up streamers, everyone's heard the saying, you got to spend money to make money. I think that's absolutely true in esports. If you want a successful org and you don't have a business plan, good luck. Yeah. You're not getting a successful org at that point. Because if you get a business plan, you literally just go to investor, get some money, buy a team, and you're on the right track, basically.
You make that sound so easy. But
getting the investors is the hard part. It takes a lot of fucking time.
It takes a lot of time. He shortened that up. He shortened that up. But yeah, I agree with him. Have a business plan. Know what you want to do. You gotta have your goal. If you don't want to be the next Optic Gaming, the next FaZe, the next Navi, make sure you put that plain as day. Tell people, look, I'm not looking to be these huge orgs. Maybe we want to be a feeder org. That's fine. But you also need to be realistic with your investor, because first, they're not going to be happy if you've got a business plan that says you want to be, the next thing, and then all of a sudden you're only picking up these semi-pro teams with all this money, and they're like, "Where's my money going to? When am I going to get the money back?" So, I agree with you there.
We could look at. I'm pretty sure Dark Zero it's a new Rainbow Six org.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys heard of them, but they had to get some sort of investment. They bought out SK's pro team, bought them a fucking team house and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, they had a plan. They were like, this is what we're going to do. This is how we want to get there. And somebody believed it, and they were like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Let's take things down back to the smaller side of streamers. Say we're where we are now. Joseph, you average like 4 viewers, average like 4 or 5. Green, we'll say you average 4 or 5. when we're looking to join an org, what are you looking for at this point in time? Because for me personally, I'll start with this one. I'm looking for promotion, man. There's nothing that you can give me that's really going to benefit me unless you want to throw me merch. That's not going to really do much for me as a career if I want to be a streamer. Most of the time, I never join orgs as a streamer. I'm more of like a back-end guy. I'm an admin. I'm a staff kind of guy or a player. That's about it. I either want to run things or I want to just do what I need to do and kind of be told like, hey, this is where you're needed. Like, you've got this tournament this day, blah, 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 blah. I'm fine with all that. But I don't think I could actually be a streamer because I don't think the small orgs get this detail right. And I think it's promotion. I think you have to drive interactions with your Twitter, with your Instagram, Reddit, YouTube, whatever you need to do, you need to drive interaction because you're not enticing to anybody if, you know, say I've got my stream up for 40 hours a week even. That's a full-time job. 40 hours a week, I'm not getting anything, but I have to put all your stuff over there. I don't know about that. That's why I've never joined as a streamer. I've never joined as a content person to anywhere. I've looked at, you know, larger orgs. I'll name one, for instance, Cyclone back in the day. Whenever it was being ran by one of my good buddies, I talked to him. I was like, hey, like I would love to come on as staff and help you guys out. Like I've done this, this, and this, and this. And this is right before I started my own org, The Pride. But whenever I talked to them about it, he was like, well, why not a streamer? And I was like, I don't know if I really consider myself a streamer at this point. This is before I really started kicking. Like, this is before my first channel actually took off with Rocket League, where I was actually averaging pretty decent viewers and stuff like that. But I talked to him. I was like, you know, it doesn't make sense. Well, then I watched somebody join as a streamer, and they instantly went from 3 or 4 views to like 12 to 15 views. Because first, their staff were all in there. They were all watching. They were all communicating. If they weren't, they at least tabbed them. And then secondly, they had people that were watching all these other streamers because they wanted to see Cyclone grow. Because they, you know, Cyclone made, I saw that drop. Cyclone made it a big thing to tell people like, hey, our goal is to grow to be the next thing. If you want to be a fan from day one, hey, start right now. And people did. People were all aboard. So I think promotion's got to come. I think it's got to be a big thing. You've got to drive interactions. If you don't, you're almost worthless to a lot of these people, even if they have no viewers. What's the point of them joining? Just to get a retweet? I mean, if that retweet turns into 0 viewers still.
Which that happens in a lot of orgs.
I mean, it really does.
They don't focus anything.
It really does because it's hard. It's hard for. So I'm scrolling through Twitter right now, right? I'm going to pretend like I'm scrolling. Well, I am scrolling, but I'm scrolling. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going live tweets right there. I don't want to click on any of them. Like, guaranteed, I'm not going to click on any of them. However, if Optic Gaming, who I'm a fan of, obviously, you guys saw it last episode, if they tweeted out somebody and were like, come check out so-and-so doing this, or, you know, Crimsix is playing in the 2K right now, I'm probably going to click. Because that's who I'm loyal to. That's who I'm a fan of. And I think other orgs need to figure that out as well. Is like, if you grow a fan base, drive interactions, anybody that joins you is going to be successful because you've created that atmosphere.
I think that's what most smaller orgs actually mess up on, is basically they pick up all these streamers. They have requirements. Low-key, those requirements mean absolutely fucking nothing for them. You're going in basically for free at that point. Me personally, I have 4 to 5 viewers. I don't put a fucking number on myself at that point because it's worthless. If I put a number on myself, everyone's gonna be like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because it's just a stupid concept to do at that point. Promotion-wise, I would join an org for promotion. But you gotta remember, like, even if it's a small org, I am representing you. So using your graphics and everything just to get like small 1 retweet, I'm just saying this just to get 1 retweet, it's not good at that point. You gotta like give me some incentive to like stay with you, you know, like you gotta have like even some days just staff just tab in, say hello sometimes. I don't give a shit if you don't say hello after that or anything else after that. Just like tab me so I can get up on the viewers,
Yeah.
so that it will benefit me as well as your org.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like,
I think a lot of people get into the selfish mindset, and they're like, well, if we tab this person or help him grow, he'll just leave. No, if you tab that person, help them grow, well, then that 5 viewers turns into 12 viewers, and then you've got 7 new eyes looking at your logo that's on their stream. I think people don't understand that.
I think that's what's wrong with smaller orgs too, is they want to push the graphics on that streamer. Well, that's not a good idea. Like, I believe they should have it on their Twitter, like not on their banner or anything, but either in their bio. Because if they're a fan of that person, they're gonna look at your stuff and they're gonna read it. As well as like overlay wise, I could see it on the overlay, but you got to remember, as like a smaller person, you're trying to build your brand up as well.
Yeah. I think for smaller, I think you hit on it just then. For smaller streamers and stuff like that, I think graphics are kind of a hard thing to do, because either one, they're going after a personal branding. So like me, I've got my owl now. I'm going after that branding. You've got your new logo with the sword and the X or the 10, and we've got some dope branding behind it. And if orgs came to us,
toxic, dude.
Green hasn't bought his new logo yet, have you?
Yeah, dude. You bought it.
You
like
bought the
10
new
years
logo?
ago.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm using it though. Yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, at some point you'll use it. But either way, you're gonna have your own branding. If we're pushing this other people's branding, well, then it becomes confusing, because you've got multiple logos on your overlay, this and that. I think I like the way NRG has done it. If you look at NRG's Rocket League Pros, they've got their sponsors up at the top. Like, say this is the video,
like
right?
The rotation
the
thing,
streamer,
like
yeah.
how Luminosity does it as well.
Yeah, like right here,
Yeah.
it's got like just a cycle of their sponsors, and then over here it's got
so their
NRG
name on the top.
socials. Yeah, and it's got their name right here.
It's actually different.
Yeah, so I mean it's a
I
little
like
different.
Luminosities. It says their name, and then it has the sponsors that rotate.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
always keeps their name there.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's a good way to do it, because it allows you to be on their stream without being a huge presence, whereas like the webcam can be reserved for their branding and whatever they want to push, because I think that'll always go further. You've got really big orgs. I think with really big streamers, you can ask them to do whatever. You know, if I joined Optic today and they were like, "Hey, put the Optic logo literally everywhere on your stream. We don't want to see anything of you or your gameplay. We just want you to be live every single day." I'd be like, "Okay, whatever," because I'm gonna get 6,000 viewers for joining Optic. It's one of those things. They can tell me to do whatever. Well, at that point, I have worth. They have worth to me. It makes sense for me to do whatever they want. But I think for smaller streamers, again, knowing your worth and kind of orgs realizing that there's a way to grow with that person rather than grow from that person. Green, if you were a brand new streamer, you're averaging 4 to 5 viewers. What does it take for you to join a small org?
Like you guys were saying before, at that point, if I'm that small, there would be no worth to them, from them to give me money or anything.
Right.
To be a part of it. Promotion would be all I'm looking for, to help them get the word out that I'm there. But if they're that small that they're looking for a smaller streamer like that, and if I have 4 to 5 viewers, let's say I'm just starting out at that point, my branding is going to be tied with theirs.
Yeah.
So if they end up failing, then the fact that they fell is going to have some sort of effect on me.
Could be. Yeah, could possibly have some effect. All right, I'm going to pull up a video here. And actually, we'll save this video. Joseph, can you hit me with the tweet? Actually, I think you DM'd it to me. I should be able to grab it. There was a tweet that was put out on Twitter a couple of days ago. And there's been a couple of them. But I know Joseph had kind of an issue with this. And I kind of want to touch on this because I think it's a good idea to touch on it. So let me bring this tweet over here. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get it onto the screen without having too big of an issue, but we'll add it. Sorry, guys.
I think you just screenshot and then do it in after.
I'll just pull it over.
Yeah, that works.
I'll let you guys see the tweet real quick, and then we can go from there. I'll move it over. You guys can see how we set everything up. But
read it.
I am. The tweet says, scrolling through Snapchat and see this from a Newport High School party, absolutely disgusting. There's a bunch of white people throwing the Heil Hitler, the whatever it is, and then below it says more from this German engineering,
you didn't read the
German rage cage, all this and that. Now Joseph quote tweeted this tweet. Let me pull it back over.
No. The one person's tweet. You got to read the one person's tweet first.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah. Let's go back. Sorry. Hold on. Let me get back here. I forgot there's multiple like quotes and all this. I got to find all of these. So
quote tweeted a quote tweet.
The quote tweet said, I'll just read this to you guys. The quote tweet said, have y'all noticed that no, capital N-O, other race gets bored and just starts doing racist stuff for no reason at all? Literally no one. And then it says, it's the meme, literally no one, white kids. And it's the quote tweet. So Joseph decided to quote tweet it. He gave his opinion on it. He just pretty much summed it up. You guys can check it out on his Twitter. But he pretty much summed it up like, how are you going to claim that, they're being racist if you're going to generalize a whole race over, a couple individuals' kind of actions? I kind of agree with that in a sense, but I think there's two sides to this story. One, kids never should have done that. It's not cool. Like the Nazi symbol. Yeah, it's been a while, but dude, still, don't do it. Like, come on.
I saw the same tweet, if I'm remembering correctly. They were also doing the salute.
Yeah. They're doing the whole like hand salute. None of that's cool. Not at all. I get it. You're having a party. You're having fun. You're with a bunch of people that aren't gonna get offended by it. So be it. Keep it off of Snapchat if you're going to be, wild and like that, first off. Because I know everybody and their mama has drawn a swastika, whether on purpose or on accident, or seen one and was like, oh, I could do that. Draw it out, whatever. There are meanings behind all of these things. Some people will get offended. At the same time, we got to calm down. Like, Twitter's got to stop wilding because I think Joseph's right with the overgeneralization. I think when you look at that, yes, you are seeing white people do this, but not all white people are.
Everyone does
exactly.
It.
Yeah, not all white people are going to do that. It's not just our race that'll do that. I've seen black people be racist to black people. I've seen black people be racist to white people. I've seen white people be racist to Mexicans. I've seen black people be racist to Mexicans. I've seen Mexicans be racist to black people.
I've seen it all, dude.
I've literally seen it all, and
all on Twitter.
Yeah, and it can be all on Twitter. And you never really want to be that person that's going out there and be like, oh, look at this race doing something. Like it's not the race. It's how they're raised. It's the culture that they live in. There's so many other things that go to it other than just like the color of your skin. And as a generation, like our generation right now that's growing up, we got to get past that, dude. Race is just a color. It's where you originally, your family kind of came from. But if we all think about it, life started in life
itself was only there because we
created it.
Someone wants it to be.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
like
somebody had to feel more powerful.
About it, wouldn't be.
Yeah. No. 100%. I mean, you'll still have people that are racist for a sense of like they just want to be, either they want to troll, they think they're better than somebody, which they can do that with anything. That could be man to woman, that can be person to dog. Like you got all these other issues that it could be a thing, and it also just could be a personal thing for them. Maybe they need to grow as a person. But I kind of agree with you. I think racism is dying. I think we've seen more of a rise in like the popularity of it because of mainstream media, but I think as a whole, our generation is kind of getting away from that, and I'm kind of proud of our generation for it, because there are a lot of people that were raised to be racist. They were raised to have these point of views and stuff like that, and they're getting away from them. It's becoming better, so that's really, really good. I just think that both sides need to kind of chill out a little bit. So that'll segue us to our next topic. Is reverse racism real? And why? And this I'm going to put this out there. Reverse racism and racism are the exact same thing. We put a term on it because people say, well, one race can't be racist to the other, so we'll call it reverse racism because it's just racism, just the opposite way that what you would think of it. So we'll start with Green on this one. Since you are our non-white male, is reverse racism real?
No, because like you just stated, it's just racism.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like what Joseph retweeted. They were basically lumping all white kids in the same group. I mean, Joseph wasn't at that party. I mean, if he was, he wasn't in that picture. But, you know, all white kids aren't going to do this. You know, so all that person did was lump them all up together. That's just racism, you know? You're lumping one group of people all together. And calling it reverse racism is just saying that that race or group of people are just more privileged than the other, you know? But let's just call it racism. Call it what it is, you know? Calling it reverse racism is not, it's just like saying you're giving yourself an excuse to be, you know, racist against them.
Right.
You know, it's racist.
Let me read the definition before we go further. I pulled it up off of Wikipedia, so I mean it could be hindered, but I doubt it because this is how I've perceived it to be. Reverse racism or reverse discrimination is a concept that portrays color-conscious programs for redressing racial inequality, such as affirmative action. Affirmative. I'm sorry, affirmative action in the United States as a form of anti-white racism on the part of black people and government agencies. I don't think it's just black people. I think that's kind of like it's just commonly known to be reverse racism is kind of like black people versus white people. But I wanted to read that out because I think that is one thing. It's like the color conscious programs for redressing racial inequality. It's not that they're, you know, doing it first or whatever. It's that they're redressing it. It's like a reaction, like, oh, you did it, so now I'm doing it. You know, it's like a get back kind of thing. Joseph, we'll get to you. Do you think reverse racism is real, and why?
From basically just how you described it, like he did it, so I should do it too. You know, that type of thing, or like I'm gonna do it too.
Yeah,
I would say yes because people are easily influenced.
right.
That's basically it. If say you're, let's just put this into example. Say your older brother that you look up to just says something completely fucking racist. You're gonna be like, okay, he said it, so why can't I? You know, that's how it works basically.
Yeah, I feel you. Let me I'm trying to pull up a tweet because I was really offended. Not offended by it. I was taken back by it the other day. Because this I think this is one of my biggest things and how I say like reverse racism is real, and kind of like I've said before, and you know what Green was hinting at is reverse racism. I don't think should be called reverse racism. I think it should just be called racism because that's all it is. You're being prejudiced to somebody based off of the color of their skin, and that's not cool. You know, not cool at all. So I found the tweet. The tweet is a best fights tweet, and it's like a young, like probably like 6, 7, maybe 8, two kids wrestling. Yeah, two kids wrestling, and one kid picks the kid up and slams him down on the ground. Like,
I saw that.
Funny video. Funny video.
It was funny.
Below, the first reply to it said, "If my son ain't doing this to white kids, he ain't mine." Somebody, you know,
that's low key fucked up.
Somebody replied back and just had like a stank face, like, what, like, why would you say something like that? And then somebody said something back, and this is no white person has commented at all yet. This is all same race, kind of going at each other here. Somebody commented back and said, "Whoa, you're pretty much just raising your kids to be racist. It's 2019." And the reply to this reply here was just like, whoa, I can't believe this is a thing. It said, "Y'all started it." First off, there wasn't a white person in this conversation. You're attacking you're attacking people that aren't even white. So that to me doesn't make sense. But secondly is like, how do you have that notion or that conceivement? First off, I'm going to be real with you guys. It wasn't me. I'm not the one that enslaved anybody. You know, my family didn't even own slaves. We were too poor. Like if you look back at my history. But the second thing is like, that's not even this generation or last generation. Like, what? Like, that's where racism, you know, the roots are, right? You got roots in slavery. That's the whole thing with racism. Then you got the 60s that come out, you know, you don't want equality. So people are being racist. They're trying to keep people down. I understand all of that. So, you know, my grandfather is probably the last person that I know in my family that would have been around the time of racism, but he wasn't racist at all. He had plenty of black friends and worked with quite a few of them. And one of them was his best friend that he, you know, loved dearly. And I remember when he passed, it was like a big thing for our family. But it bothers me so much that we are in 2019, yet we're still worried about this, like, y'all did it, so we have to, or we can because y'all did it. That in itself is reverse discrimination. And then another reply after the y'all started it was underrated reply. You know, like, this is an underrated tweet. Like, no, it's not, bro. Just leave it alone. Like, stop with all that. So if you guys,
that's what's sort of stupid about it. Like, even when I saw that one tweet that I sent you, you know,
yeah,
I responded with this doesn't make. I think it was something stupid. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And then someone replies to me with, someone's feeling attacked.
Yeah.
I respond to that person with, no, I'm feeling misjudged.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't understand the sense of like, and I've seen it everywhere. Like, as soon as you make a comment about it, well, oh, you're feeling judged or you're feeling attacked, blah blah.
People want to just fire back.
No, bro, like, I'm not feeling attacked at all, because like I would only feel attacked if I was lumped into that. You know, I hate that we're still in 2019. We still have these problems when in reality we should be getting past it. We shouldn't be past it. I mean, it's still right behind us. Like, racism is still kind of going on in our country. There's still a lot of problems. We need to deal with them, but at the same time,
it's always going to go on. It's going to slowly decrease, but it's going to be around probably forever.
I agree with you, because I think anywhere that you can assert dominance or assert power because of something, you're going to. It's the same thing with rich people versus poor people. It's going to be the same thing. I think the systematic racism is a bigger problem in our country rather than, you know, like just person to person. Like, I'm not going to be racist to Green. He's my buddy. You know, I'm not going to be racist to you. And you're not, like, Joseph, you're not straight white. Like, I mean, I can't even say your last name. I finally learned how to spell it, but I can't even say it.
My last name is Polish.
Chamulski or something like that.
I'm like 70-something% German.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's what I was going to say is you're German. I could easily, you know, make a bunch of jokes on you, you know, all this and that.
I think that's why that tweet sort of like stuck out to me more, to be honest, though. Like, I basically, like, I come from there, basically. You know?
Yeah. And, well, the thing is you have to live with that
family
past.
Was born there, so
yeah.
It's just like,
well, you have to live with that past, and like anytime that it's lumped into just like white people as well, it's like, okay, first off, regular white people that are living here didn't do any of that. They shouldn't be, you know, throwing the sign up and whatever, but at the same time, I don't know, generalizations are annoying. However, let's get past this topic. I don't want to spend too much time on it. That can be addressed at a later date. If you guys want to, you know, hear more about our opinions, look, we're not the best people to do it. Maybe we'll have a guest on to do it with us, because we are two white people here, and we do have our Mexican brethren over here. So,
and honestly, we'd love your opinion on this topic.
For sure.
Put them down in the comments. In the next podcast, we might address them if there's anything interesting.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Or if you tweet at us.
Yeah, just tweet at us. The link's above me. You guys know it. You can also hit us up on Instagram, DMs or comments. No, that's Joseph. No, you're not pointing anywhere. All right. So, what could Apex do to grow to be the best game out right now? So take on
gameplay.
Okay. Let me continue with this question. To take on the growth that Fortnite did and double it. Like, what did they need to do to surpass the growth that Fortnite had, plus the everything else? Are you pointing at each other? You're saying ranked?
Ranked is like it.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw H1Z1. Everyone wanted to get first place. They wanted to get that fucking
Diamond.
royalty.
Diamond and royalty. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone wanted that shit. That's why everyone played so much. Then H1 died because fucking Fortnite came out.
H1 was such a good game.
With Apex, it was, and it's coming back. It's coming back. New name and everything.
Wait, isn't it tomorrow? It's tomorrow, right? March 6th?
No. That's
I thought that's an update.
Operation something for Rainbow.
Operation Butter My Biscuit. Alright. But if they bring in a ranked ladder, it's just gonna get organizations interested. And it's like, wow, dude, this could be a possible esport, game in the future,
I think with the rank play, sorry to interject, but I think with the rank play, what would really do it well is leaderboards. Because right now you've got the Apex Pro Discord, and I've got my own grievances about that Discord. I think it's ran very well. I think that just the requirements for each rank is kind of off-putting because you can have a ton of damage but not have the kills because somebody's KSing, or like maybe your team, you are the support. I'm not gonna point fingers at Joseph, but a lot of the times if you've watched my stream when me and Joseph are playing Apex, I'll have close to the same damage most games, but Joseph will double my kills because he's more aggressive. That's just how he plays. So I deal damage from range with a wingman or R301. He comes in with a peacekeeper and just pops them up to pieces. So you will see that a lot, and I think that's weird to say that Joseph is 3 times better the player when if I wasn't in that game, if I wasn't in that game, Joseph may not have half of those kills, because the damage wasn't being put down. And I think we talked about it last time with Dizzy and King Richard, Ninja, that whole group. I think that's a weird way to do it. But with rank play and leaderboards, I think that would be huge, because then you could take a look at the, pretend this is our leaderboard. Number 1 right here for wins, number 1 for kills, number 1 for score or for damage.
How orgs picked up teams.
Yeah.
Because, no offense, all these orgs, I'm probably better than some pros that are fucking playing Apex right now. In my opinion, I would say I can compete with them, if not do better than them. But the thing is, there's no leaderboards. How can you fucking tell? These guys get paid to play the game. Of course, they're gonna have more kills.
Yeah,
hours
they've got way more kills.
I can't play it all the time.
Exactly. I think, and that's where a lot of people were. I think they were getting the bad, they were getting into a bad kind of situation, because you're looking at all these old PUBG players or all these old Overwatch players that are playing, and they're getting like massive amounts of kills. Well, yeah, they can sit home and play all day. Like if me and Joseph could have sat home and played all day when the game first came out, we would have went crazy. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It wasn't gonna happen. But I mean, we had like 800 and 1,000 kills within the first couple of days, and over 150 wins. That's the big thing. Me and Joseph were winning. We didn't have like these 30, 40 kill games, but we were winning. And like, if the competitive scene has any type of weight on winning,
they do. Like, well,
that's Twitch Rivals does.
In that game right now are just fucked up. Code Red did a good job. I think Code Red had the best point system. In my opinion, every point was a kill, and then if you won, you got like
5, right?
7, I think.
7, okay, yeah.
I think it was actually more than 5.
Okay, I know Twitch Rivals was every kill was 1, every win was 5, and you played for X amount of time. I think
that's the issue. It was 4 hours straight. There was no break.
I think they should do 2 hours and 2 hours with a break of 30 minutes or an hour in between. Yeah. But I think that would be really good though to have. I think that's a good format, because if you're playing in a tournament in any game right now, you're going to be playing more than 4 hours. So it's okay to stretch it out. Maybe even over 2 days.
CS,
yeah.
Say if you're playing CS, after a game, you don't start the match right away. You have like a 10-minute break.
You got like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
You have to actually start the match.
Yeah. I think maybe they go off a game time. Maybe each game, but I think that kind of comes with a bad thing, because one person could have a really long game that they're alive in, don't have a lot of kills, but people could be hot dropping, getting kills, and their timer not going up. So I think that's kind of a weird way to way to do that, because as soon as you start saying, well, let's just go by game time, well, then you've got somebody hot dropping, getting a whole squad wipe, and then just leaving the game.
Well, I think something's in that game is a little weird because you can basically kill farm. You kill 2 people, you have them revive.
Yeah,
kill the
just
whole
kill
team
them again.
Or you kill
Yeah.
2 people.
Well, that's
again,
how
and you
people are
keep doing
farming
that.
kills on their characters
That's
right now.
That's how Dizzy did it.
Yeah.
That's how Dizzy did the Code Red tournament.
Yeah,
That's
no.
literally.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying Dizzy's bad. Like, he's obviously good, and that's smart doing that. It's points wise.
Might as well.
Fuck, you got to use your mind. Something.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be some strategy to it, because, to be honest, the game right now doesn't have a whole lot of strategy. You run at people, you hold W, and you have a wingman with Skull Piercer.
I think the real
You're gonna be
tournament
alright.
scene in that game will be custom lobbies and ranked play.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be done more like Fortnite was, where everybody's thrown into a lobby, and you'll fight against each other. I think for BRs, I honestly think the way that Twitch Rivals and Code Red does it right now is probably the best way to do BRs. I don't think you should put all of them in the same lobby, because here's why. And this is going to sound awful because PUBG's done it and everyone's done it. It's a loot-based game. You have a bad drop one game and you're out. Yikes. Big yikes. Especially if you're playing against pro players. You should be able to go into regular lobbies, farm these regular lobbies. So be it. If you have pros match up against pros, whoever wins that should get more points. Like, if you kill a pro, you should get like double the points or something like that. You know what I mean? If you kill a whole squad of pros without taking somebody down, maybe there's some more point systems. You just got to get more into like actual scoring BRs. It's got to be better, because as soon as you say like, oh, everybody's in this, let's everybody drop in this custom game and whoever wins. Well, then you've got maybe the best team drops and they get Mozambiques and the other team gets wingmans.
But you know what Apex has that those other games didn't have? High tier league.
Zip lines.
They didn't have zip lines. Or, oh yeah, Fortnite does have zip lines now, but they don't have high tier.
Fortnite copies everything, dude.
They don't have high tier drops, but the same thing though is, think if every single team on that ship decides to drop, high tier loot, they all drop and they all die, and then the one team that nobody's ever heard of wins the whole tournament because they went to slums and sat in the rocks, like me and Joseph have done it. You can sit in rocks and literally just sit there and just win.
We literally watch them run over us.
Yeah, twice. Like, it's a strat that you could pull. It's just not something I would recommend to anybody. What were you gonna say, Green? Sorry.
Sorry, totally lost track of what I was saying.
You're good.
But yeah, the one thing that game does have is that it tells you when you're dropping the high tier elite area. And if teams decide to drop there at the very beginning, that's their strategy. If they want to all die at the beginning, that's
It's a good strategy.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Somebody.
I think it's just hard to say, like, you dropped, you didn't get loot, you're dead. Joseph's lights flicking.
Sorry, man. Ghost.
They need to find a way where they can put all the teams in one BR game, run it so many different times, and have the top. Just figure out a way to do the point system. It's gonna be hard.
See, I want to give my personal opinion on the point system. I think 1 point per kill is perfect, 5 points per win, but you got to give the incentive that, like, you don't want them just farming the respawns. I think that should be a banned rule, but you should get points for a squad wipe.
Maybe only give. Whoa, that's hard. I was gonna say maybe only give points for squad wipes, but the thing is this is what I'm gonna say. If you say you can't farm respawns, well, what happens if you do kill 2 and the guy just runs away? Do you just have to change spots then?
No, because I think it comes in with accidentally happening and
people doing it on
like,
purpose.
waiting for them to respawn. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I understand that. I got you there.
I think that's when it comes to an issue.
I mean, look, 1 point per kill, an additional point per squad wipe, or 3 points per squad wipe, because obviously there's 3 people per team, and no extra points for win. But if you win, your kill points are double. So if you're waiting,
that couldn't work. Because if you win and you have like a 30 kill game,
you've already won that. Yeah, you've already won that. Yeah, and that's possible in Apex. Like, it's very well possible to drop.
Yeah, but you can also
30
the
kills
game
as a
with
squad.
1 kill.
I think the squad wipe points is actually a little weird because like you can kill one person, that could have been the squad if you know what I'm saying.
No,
You know,
I
like,
think
that could have been the last person in the squad.
I think if there should, I don't know how they would do it because scoring would have to be really weird because you'd have to have somebody sitting in these pro streams or watching VODs and calculating points after unless they've got some tracking system. But I think if you were able to track, like, did they kill the whole squad by themselves or like not by themselves, but did they kill the whole squad all at once? Did they just kill one, whatever. If you could see that they killed the whole squad, maybe give them 4 points instead of just 3. You know, I don't know. It'd be hard to go in at and stuff like that. However, let's go ahead and get this question in here. Is Apex Legends the best battle royale game that is currently out right now?
No. Well, out right now.
Out right
yes.
now in its current state. And this is every game in its
Actually,
current
dude,
state.
I don't know. Minecraft Hunger Games. That's just. Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave you guys to this podcast. We'll see you in the next episode. I'm just kidding. All right.
No, best battle royale. I would say yes, it is.
Okay.
Right now, because Fortnite, I couldn't play that game. That game was trash. In my
It was
opinion.
just bad at it.
Obviously,
I don't
it wasn't
know.
trash for other people. The building aspect, it made no sense in a battle royale, in my opinion. Let's be honest.
I think it's a cool. I think it's a cool thing to
It's a
add.
good twist. It's a good twist, but now Fortnite copies everything. You see Sea of Thieves. Oh, let's add fucking pirates, guys. I mean, that's literally what they do. They look at other
You can
games.
literally
They're just
shoot
like, all
yourself
right,
out
let's
of a
add this,
cannon.
this, and this. You know?
Yeah.
You can shoot yourself out of a cannon in that game now. Like, I wonder where they got that idea.
Well,
Maybe
they saw
from
that Sea
Pirates
Thieves was
of
growing, and
the
they're just like,
Caribbean.
I
okay,
know.
fuck it.
I know. I was just being sarcastic.
Yeah. Green, what do you think? Well, first, do you think Apex is the best battle royale?
Yes. Just because I felt like it revived what battle royales were becoming.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like battle royales were becoming stale. They were starting to die off. And Apex literally came out of nowhere. It, gave people something new to try. And in my
EA
personal
games.
opinion, I feel like it's getting back on the stale track.
It is
But
because they're
obviously-
overplayed.
Yes. But obviously they're coming out with an update soon, so maybe that'll change
The
that.
battle pass.
Yeah.
I think the battle pass is an easy cop out to games, and I'm gonna kind of tell you why. First, I do think Apex is the best battle royale out right now. I think the second place is PUBG. And I didn't even like playing it a
I
whole
would
lot.
agree with that.
I mean, Joseph, you remember whenever we tried to play it a little bit, I didn't really like it at first. We played
That
it quite
game
a
was
bit.
good because in battle royale games, you always need like another person to play with to make it fun.
Yeah.
I mean, me and you, we were fucking advertising in that game. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah, we were running around. Hey, come check out our giveaway, our new org. I mean, that's how that org grew, though. Like, that really is. It's just getting in that game, telling people about it, stuff like that. But the only reason why I say they're second, and this is putting them over Blackout, which was hard. I was thinking about this today. I think Blackout is very close to being able to be second, but they're just being beat at their own game by Apex. And
The
I
thing
think
is with Blackout is like, it's Call of Duty. You're gonna get a new one next year. Then Blackout, I'm
It's
sorry,
gone.
but that thing is probably gone.
yeah, I mean, it is gone because your core fan base of Call of Duty is going to either split and some of them are going to Blackout and queue times are going to be even longer, or some of them are going to go to the new Call of Duty. But let's be real, the people that were playing Blackout are most likely playing Apex right now because
I
the
think they should
game
have
is
made
doing it better.
It's a separate game.
I think so too.
Blackout.
I think they should have waited to release it till halfway through the year, not even tell anybody about it. Waited till like around this time in the Call of Duty cycle, release it as a standalone, and then next year. I mean, we all know Call of Duty is going franchised, so you don't have to worry about your game being like taken up because the new game just everybody traded it in to get the brand new game that came out. But Blackout can stand whole, and I would say put it free to play, and it murders everybody and do a battle pass. But let me get back to the point that I was trying to make. I apologize, everybody, if you're listening. This battle pass thing, I think it's a cop out. I think it's a huge cop out. I think it is it's making people play your game more so they can get these rewards when your game isn't good enough to make them want to play beforehand. So Fortnite, for instance, I'm gonna give this to Fortnite because they got me. They swindled me early on. When I first started playing Fortnite, I played it in season or preseason one, before turbo building was introduced. I loved it. I really liked Fortnite. I liked the aspect that I could throw up a wall, throw up a ramp, and just shoot people down. And my aim was better than theirs, so I could kill them easily. Well, then they added turbo building. I didn't really like it because people would build up mansions before I even could get 2 shots off at them. They'd hear 1 shot and they built like a 3-story, 4-bedroom, 2-bath house with a garage and a basement that's fully decked out. And I'm just like, bro, it's not that serious. Like, I'm not about to outbuild you for 1 kill. Like, I'm not sweating that hard. And then they introduced the battle pass system and it got my roommates hooked, right? So Joseph's gonna take a nap while we talk about Fortnite, but my roommates got hooked, and the battle pass was what got them hooked because you could pay $10, get all these different things, and you wanted to grind out to get this awesome skin at the end, right? And so everybody was super excited, but I think it was a cop out. I think they didn't have the game wasn't as great as it could have been because a lot of people were only playing it just to rank up their battle pass tiers. I know that's all I was doing. I just wanted to play with my friends.
True.
They were playing that, so I was like, "Oh, I'll just play this because the battle pass and I want to rank up so I can have the same skin they have,
So now here's the real question: how much money have you spent on Fortnite?
Fortnite, $5.
$10. I spent $10 to get the first battle pass. My account got hacked after that. And was $200 was withdrawn from my PayPal from that account, charged back through PayPal. Thank God PayPal had my back. So got that money back, and to use that money because it stayed in my account, I used that, those V-Bucks to fund the rest of the battle passes that I played. So I only spent $10. So to me, not a bad investment. Especially because I did have fun at the time, and I had fun playing with my roommates. It wasn't that I was really enjoying the game, but playing with your friends is always better than playing alone or whatever.
Let's be honest. The first battle pass was Minecraft on servers, dude.
Yeah, because you could pay to get
That
the
kit,
kit. I feel it.
Do you think if they didn't introduce turbo building, you would have enjoyed the game more?
Bro, what the fuck is turbo building?
It's where you know how if you hold down the key that you're building with, it'll auto place it. Like that's how pros build
Wait,
so
really?
fast. Yeah. So what it'll do
That
is
sucks.
back in the day, it took a second for you to place a wall or place a ramp and stuff like that. So people weren't very fast with building. Like you could build a 1x1, but that was it. Now people can build 2x2s. You can do like the triangle builds and like all kinds of weird different builds, which I think takes talent. Pros, you've got talent that you can build like that, still fight.
Thank you.
There
I
is
do have talent.
talent, but
But it turned a first-person shooter game into
third person. It was a
you're
third
gonna win
person.
the fight or whatever. You know what I meant. It took a shooter game from hey, you're gonna win this fight if you have better aim to you're gonna win this fight if you're a better builder.
Yeah, but I mean, wow, Joseph.
Take
Wow.
me to Minecraft. I'll outbuild you any day.
The thing about Fortnite, and to answer your question, yes, I would have liked it more, but I think I would like the game so much more if they didn't have building in it. Just take building completely out.
Same. I never built in it.
I think I like that
I
game
didn't
a whole lot. I like the gunplay of the game. I think it's pretty good. I think they need to work on shotguns, or at least the last time I played it, they needed to.
Bro, I'm telling you, dude, we just gotta wait for fucking FIFA BR.
Hey, look, I might score goals on all of y'all. You never know.
Dude, I'm so down for some FIFA BR. If I kick you with the ball, you're out.
Yikes. All right, let's get to the final topic. This is the one that we've all been waiting for. YouTube, you can get excited because it's been in the title. If you're on Instagram and you're seeing this, welcome, because this is probably going to be cut nice and short and put on Instagram because this is a big topic. It's hot, real spicy.
Not the.
Stop it.
You
Stop
know
it.
what? I'm just kidding. I'm talking.
No, what were you gonna say, Joseph? I'm curious.
Stop it. All right, let's get on to this topic.
Talk. It's a top.
Did Pokimane say the N-word?
100%. Yes.
All right.
Based off of Keemstar's tweet.
Let us.
Basically, it just says it, like Pokimane tried to she tried to justify it. Bull fucking shit. She said that shit.
Yeah. All right.
I think her.
Listen, Pokimane, we all love you here, but like, let's be honest, you fucking said it, or at least it sounds like you said.
All right. Let's. I'm gonna put this into context because one of the replies to the tweet is kind of makes sense. It says the McGurk effect is an auditory illusion where a visual can influence how you perceive a sound. So if you're looking at her mouth, it may look like it, but it says you hear the N word instead of Anivia because seeing her gave you preconceived notion of what she would say, which probably developed because you wanted a reason to shit talk her. That's what the tweet said. I don't have any problem with Pokimane. I listened to the clip over speakers for the first time. I thought she said the N word. I listened to it twice again in my trusty headset here, turned all the way up to 100. I don't know what she said. It is.
Well, the thing is, I tried even focusing on the word
Yeah.
Anivia. No, it just watch. If you focus on the word and you play that, just tell me what you hear.
Well, that and this is what I'm gonna do.
Don't say the word, but like
I'm gonna play.
There's definitely some G's in there, you know.
I'm gonna play the
There's like 2 bands in there, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the tweet for you guys, real quick, and you guys can decide. We're gonna do the same thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it here.
No. Let me get this. Guys, if you think she said it, leave a like. If you don't think she said it, leave a like.
I like that. Or just comment down below what you think she actually said. I'm going to play it now.
Still leave a like.
I'm gonna play it in post production for you guys, so it's gonna pop up on the screen. You guys can watch it real quick, and we'll join back right after. I'm gonna play the clip for everybody here. We can listen to it one more time, and we'll jump back in.
Damn. This nigga's getting cooked.
Welcome back, everybody. If you enjoyed that clip, please leave a like. Now, I'm sure most of you rewinded that a couple times. Yes, she said the N-word. I'm just gonna go out there and say it. There was G's there. It was not a V.
There are 2 bands right there, dude.
Look,
2 bands.
Look, Nivea, Nivea. It never sounds like it. V is much different than G.
You're gonna edit it.
No. If you listen to it, she says the N-word. It's not a hard R. She wasn't being racist, even if she said it. This, this isn't a racism thing. This is just a matter of. No, she wasn't. It was, if she said the N-word, it's probably because she's comfortable saying it. One, which I don't want to get into. She can be comfortable saying it if she wants to.
During her stream, she sings along with songs all the time.
Yeah, like how Ninja said that N-word once.
Do you have the
He was singing though.
I mean, I'm gonna let y'all rock with that. But all I'm saying is Pokimane did say the N-word. That's final. I don't think she should have said it. Like, I don't think the word.
I don't think she meant to say it.
I don't think she meant to. Yeah, I don't think she meant to either. I think that's what I was saying. I think she's comfortable saying it. Maybe around her friends or whatever. Maybe she's got friends that say it. So be it. They do their own things. You don't say it on stream first, and I don't think it should be said publicly anyways. I don't think you really should use the word, no matter if you're black, white, or Mexican or anybody. I think it's just a stupid word.
Nintendo 64.
Exactly. Just don't say it. It's not worth saying. But I just wanted it. I wanted to make a point to everybody. It doesn't matter if she says it. She said it. She said it. So be it.
Dude, I keep listening to it. And I think it's not changing.
That she denied she said it.
I think that's the biggest thing. I think she should have came out and been like, "I'm sorry, guys. Take the I understand you say you said it. It's a public bashing. Keemstar's jumping all over that. You've got all these other news outlets that might jump on it. TMZ maybe."
Even Keemstar replied after Pokimane was just like, "I said Anivia."
Yeah.
Keemstar.
And he said, "I heard G."
I heard hard G's.
Yeah.
Just saying. Like if you do too.
I mean, Keemstar is looking for he's looking for the bait. I
mean, if anyone could sound it out, it'd have to be Keemstar. He said it before.
Yikes.
A couple times.
Yikes. To go ahead and just end it here. Pokimane said it.
It's actually Pokimane. Because her real name is Iman.
Like Imane?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her real name, and it's pronounced Iman. So
it's
actually
Pokimane? Oh, That's kind of cool.
But she didn't want to get
For
you know,
branding
a Nintendo
purposes.
fucking lawsuit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So she was just like, for branding purposes, it's Pokimane. Poki, guys. Poki.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is actually smart.
It is smart. With that, guys, we're gonna be done with the podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Uncensored with an X as the O if you are listening to this only and not watching, and you don't see the socials right above my head. If you guys did enjoy this episode, make sure you leave a like for us, because we are gonna be doing this every single week. This is week 2. That you're pointing the wrong way. No. It's the other way. Yeah, it's that way for you. Yeah, you're right, Joseph.
Oh, is this way for me?
Well, no, it's straight across for you. Straight across. But we will be doing this every single week. Every episode goes live on Fridays, unless we have some catastrophic event, which there was a big tornado near my area that killed quite a few people. So if you pray. If you have thoughts, have thoughts. But thoughts and prayers go out to those families. Now we'll let everybody say goodbyes. You can plug your socials if you'd like, but the podcast itself is over.
Yeah, go to twitch.tv/TenthSin in letters, TenthSin, and click the follow button because your boy streams and you're not following. What the fuck?
What's going on with that? Green?
Twitch.tv/TheGreenVortex. I will be starting to stream regularly again. So
What does that mean?
hit the like and follow.
Elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah. Are you gonna stream?
Set schedule. Yes,
What types of streams are you gonna be doing?
When you're streaming?
The schedule is getting put up tonight.
The Green Vortex has just went live.
not right now.
Yikes.
But I'll be playing a majority of games.
Gotcha.
What types of games?
Playing some multiplayer, some single player.
Alright, no one gives a fuck.
Ooh.
StayFly.
All right, boys. Y'all know what it is. StayFly JW on everything. That came out weird. StayFly.
You said Jaw W.
Yeah, StayFly JW on
It's a
everything.
EX.
Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Hit me up on all of them.
He is an Instagram model, guys. So make
Links
sure to
will
give
be
him
in the
some likes.
description for all of us.
They will
And
be.
make sure to leave a comment below who's your favorite.
Make sure to leave a like if it's me.
All right, I'm ending this episode. Thank you guys for watching.
Dislike for StayFly.
We'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.
Subscribe if it's the Green Vortex.
Now we're not going to get any subscribers, man. Come on.
Fuck, man.